hate, conspiracies, and oddly, speculation about where her husband is buried. Now, for the first time, Erika, who's with me now, addresses all of it from the perspective of a grieving widow, a mom, and a battle-tested America.
All right, buckle up because we're about to dive into the messiest, most explosive drama ripping through conservative media right now. I'm talking about a full-blown war that just went nuclear on live television. Erika Kirk, the CEO of Turning Point USA and widow of its late founder, Charlie Kirk, just erupted on Fox News. And when I say erupted, I mean she absolutely unleashed in a way nobody has ever seen before. Her target? The conspiracy theories swirling around her world, but more importantly, the people profiting off them. And yes, we all know who she's talking about. Candace Owens. This isn't your typical political disagreement. This is personal. This is about money, loyalty, and a movement being torn apart from the inside. So let's unpack this absolute chaos because it's only getting started. December 10th, Fox News outnumbered. Erika Kirk sits down with host Harris Faulkner, and everything seems normal at first. She's there promoting her late husband's posthumous book, talking about faith, talking about the Sabbath, standard stuff. But then Faulkner asks about the conspiracy theories, and that's when everything changes. Erika's face shifts, her tone hardens, and she says something that stops everyone cold. Can I have one thing? Can my babies have one thing? She explains that TPUSA is building a massive public memorial for Charlie, something spectacular for the world to see, but she's begging for one thing to remain private, where he's actually buried. She wants her family to have one sacred space where they don't have to worry about people showing up causing chaos, or worse.
Talk to me about this part of the conspiracies that are out there, this disturbing part that people are trying to guess where Charlie is.
Can I have one thing? Can I have one thing? Can my children have one thing? Everything was public. We will be building the most beautiful memorial for my husband at Turning Point USA, and it will be for the world to see, and it will be spectacular, and it will have basically museum style for our Charlie, for my Charlie. But can I have one thing? Can my babies have one thing where we hold it sacred, where my husband is laid to rest, where I don't have to be worried about some secular revolutionary coming and destroying my husband's grave while my daughter is sitting there praying? One thing, this is my husband. Yes, he was Charlie Kirk to the world, and I know so many people love my husband, and I am grateful for that, but this is my husband, and I want to be able to have one thing left that is sacred to our family, to my in-laws, to my babies, and to my parents. One thing.
But here's where it gets heated. Faulkner asks, "What are they taking from you right now?" And Erika's response? She goes biblical. She references the book of Nehemiah, talking about how Nehemiah was building a wall while townspeople below kept calling him down, trying to distract him. And Erika makes it crystal clear she doesn't have time for the noise. She's busy building, but then she draws her line in the sand.
I do not have time to address the noise. My silence does not mean that I am complacent. My silence does not mean that somehow Turning Point USA and all of the hand-picked staff that loved my husband and my husband loved them is somehow in on it.
And this is where it gets absolutely explosive. Come after me. Call me names. I don't care. Call me what you want. Go down that rabbit hole. Whatever. But when you go after my family, my Turning Point USA family, my Charlie Kirk Show family, when you go after the people that I love, and you're making hundreds and thousands of dollars every single episode going after the people that I love because somehow they're in on this? No, hundreds and thousands of dollars every episode.
Call me what you want, go down that rabbit hole, whatever. But when you go after my family, my Turning Point USA family, my Charlie Kirk Show family, when you go after the people that I love, and you're making hundreds and thousands of dollars every single episode going after the people that I love because somehow they're in on this, no.
Let that sink in. She's calling out people who are profiting off conspiracy theories about her husband. And while she doesn't say the name directly, we all know exactly who she's talking about. So what are these conspiracy theories? Let me break it down because this list is wild. Over the past 3 months since the September tragedy, theories have been flooding social media and conservative podcasts. Some claim the incident was orchestrated by pro-Israel forces. Others say billionaires were involved. Some even claim the U.S. military was behind it. And the wildest part? Some people online are questioning whether certain events even happened the way they were reported. But here's what's really causing Erika to snap. Conspiracy theorists have been targeting her team. The people who work at TPUSA, the producers of The Charlie Kirk Show, people who were there and witnessed everything firsthand. They're being accused of being complicit, of being involved in some elaborate scheme, of betraying their friend and colleague. Erika reveals on air that her team has been receiving death threats, kidnapping threats, constant harassment. She says it's a mind virus and describes it as righteous anger when Faulkner notes she's never seen Erika like this before.
You know, I have to say it, I've never seen you like this.
No, this is righteous anger because this is not okay. It's not healthy. This is a mind virus. Yes, I believe in our judicial system. I do. We have a hell of a team working on this, excuse my French, but this is not okay.
So you want to put these people back in the box where they've been creeping from?
I don't care what box you're in, but just know that your words are very powerful and we are human. My team are not machines and they're not robots. They are human. We have more death threats on our team and our side than I have ever seen. I have kidnapping threats. I have, you name it, we have it. And my poor team is exhausted. And every time they bring this back up, what are we supposed to do? Relive that trauma all over again?
And the worst part, some of these theories are coming from people who used to be close to Charlie, people who worked with him, people who called themselves friends. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, Candace Owens. Candace, who has over 5.6 million YouTube subscribers and hosts the 10th most popular podcast on Spotify, has been pushing various theories about what really happened. She's been just asking questions and investigating in ways that have put TPUSA and Erika's team directly in the crosshairs. She implied that TPUSA leadership knew about threats and did nothing. She suggested there was betrayal involved. She's promised to name names and provide evidence. And perhaps most damningly, she's encouraged her audience to question TPUSA's credibility and even suggested donors ask for their money back. Here's the kicker. When Erika's Fox News appearance aired, Candace immediately posted on social media saying, "Super fun show today. You're probably seeing the clips. It's about me. It's indirect, but it's also about me." She knows Erika is talking about her. And what does she do? She doubles down. Candace posts on X, comparing the situation to BLM and George Floyd, saying it's a positively absurd notion that you cannot critique a $150 million organization because the CEO says they are like a family and are grieving. She's comparing Erika's grief to a political strategy.
Going after the people that I love because somehow they're in on this, no.
I'm sorry, but that whole thing right there is frustrating. And I'm going to explain to you why. I just do not accept any of that. First and foremost, the idea that she does not have time. Okay, she definitely has time, okay? She's done Hannity, she's done The Five, she's done Fox and Friends, she's done Outnumbered, she's done Megyn Kelly Live, she sat down with the New York Times. She made time, by the way, in case you don't remember, to fly to DC for Sergio Gore to be sworn into the ambassador to India, as the ambassador to India, which feels kind of obscure and not necessarily related to Turning Point USA affairs, building affairs, or whatever it is. But sure, that's fine. I mean, obviously, you're also allowed to be a person if that's the homie and that's what you want to do, sure. But we are indeed speaking about a coast-to-coast flight to stand up next to somebody and basically say, Charlie loved you. That was like the, 15-second speech that she gave, right? Here's actually, we have a clip of that speech that she gave.
Let that sink in. So where does this leave everyone? TPUSA has invited Candace to appear at a live stream event during their upcoming America Fest to address her accusations head on. Initially, she seemed interested, but when they proposed specific dates, she backed out, saying the timing didn't work. She's offered to do it virtually instead, but critics are calling her a coward for not showing up in person. Meanwhile, Erika has made it abundantly clear. She's done being silent. She's done letting people attack her team, and she's definitely done with people profiting off her trauma. She ends her Fox News segment with this: "I'm not gonna sit in a corner and cry and be in a fetal position. This is a duty to my husband, and it's an absolute honor, and I will never back down. And so my message to them is to stop. But here's the million-dollar question. Will anyone actually stop? Social media is divided. Some people think Candace is bravely asking legitimate questions. Others think she's crossed a massive ethical line and is exploiting tragedy for podcast views. Conservative commentator Will Chamberlain even called her actions deeply problematic. The drama between Erika and Candace represents something bigger, a fracture in the conservative movement itself. It's about loyalty versus skepticism. It's about grief versus investigation. And it's about what happens when the pursuit of truth or clicks collides with basic human decency. Here's what we know for certain. There's a legal case moving forward. Tyler Robinson sits in jail awaiting trial. Prosecutors are seeking the death penalty. The justice system is working. But while that process unfolds, we're watching something else entirely. A public spectacle where theories multiply, relationships shatter, and a movement tears itself apart. Erika Kirk has drawn her line. She's defending her team, protecting her family, and building her husband's legacy. She's not backing down. Candace Owens shows no signs of stopping her investigation either. She's promised more revelations, more questions, more content. This isn't over, not by a long shot. And as this drama continues to unfold, one thing is crystal clear. The conservative movement is watching two of its prominent figures go to war, and there's no telling when or how this battle will end. What do you think? Is Candace asking important questions that need answers, or has she crossed a line? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear all your takes on this. And if you made it this far, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, and share this video because trust me, this story is far from over and you do not want to miss what happens next. Until next time, stay informed, stay skeptical, and remember, sometimes the biggest battles aren't with your enemies, they're with the people you thought were on your side.